Hello there, Zudokato here. Disappointment, according to Wikipedia, is the feeling of dissatisfaction that comes from something failing to meet expectations. You know what that makes me think of? That's right, not E3 2021, we got a mini fridge, be grateful.
Imagine waiting an entire 2 years just to get 2 hours of Tom Clancy and rabbits. E3 2021 is finally upon us. After 2 years of waiting since 2020 had the sickness of explosive diarrhea according to the mass public.
Why buy out all the toilet paper though? I still don't get it.
Right out of the gate, we knew that EA and Sony were not going to be in this E3, which I mean is to be expected. Sony has not been on E3s for a couple of times now, and by couple, I mean like 2. And I am glad that EA stayed away. We all know it was going to be bad anyways. Honestly, the companies that I was looking forward to was Capcom, Microsoft, and obviously Nintendo, because what the hell was I going to expect from Ubisoft? I'm going to talk about the shows from each company and rate them from an A to F, just like school does, because obviously the best grade is always S, and the worst grade is always fantastic. That did not make any sense. Let's just start.
My predictions for Ubisoft E3 2021 was at least 3 hours of Tom Clancy in a new Rayman game.
The first 30 minutes of the presentation were concentrated on Rainbow Six Extraction, a new Tom Clancy game. It looks fine. I'm sure that Tom Clancy fans may enjoy this, but I don't really care, to be honest. So immediately afterwards we cut to this Ubisoft membership, subscription, service, game, thing called Rocksmith Plus, which is a membership where you learn the secrets of the guitar.
Why yes, my favorite thing about Ubisoft, playing the Beatles with a guitar.
Up next we have this racing, cycling, snowboarding game. I think the name of it is Riders Republic or something. It doesn't look that bad, I may look into it. Up next we have a trailer for Damn It! So Rainbow Six Siege is finally going to be crossplay. In quotation marks. So, as an Xbox player, you can play with PlayStation players, and if you play on Steam or PC in general, you can play with other PC players. That feels like basically letting PS4 players play with PS4 Pro players. Why not allow console and PC players to play together as well? The only reason I haven't tried out Rainbow Six Siege is because I refuse to buy a game which I can only play after spending another $60 on a service which was free before on a PS3! The only reason I pay for Nintendo Online is because I can play Super Metroid and Mario All-Stars. After a highlight of games, they then start talking about Ghost Recon whatever, which I'm pretty sure is another Tom Clancy game. Damn it, I will never understand why Ubisoft likes milking a dead man so much. Assassin's Creed DLC, Just Dance, they start talking about a series and then a movie. Okay. They talk about Far Cry 6 DLC, which looks fun, it's just that I don't care. After all of that, we finally get Mario Plus Rabbids Spark of Hope, which would have been very hype if it weren't leaked the day before by Nintendo themselves. And so, to finish off the presentation, they showed an Avatar game, the one of the blue people, who looked at the movie screen and said that they wanted to be this in a video game. I need answers.
And overall, that was Ubisoft's presentation. And after all that, I'll say that it was definitely okay. It was just as good as C3 2019 Ubisoft, which was just okay. They had a decent amount of games that were shown, and I'll happily put them on a D, but since Mario Rabbids was actually pretty good, I'll put them on a C. So next up is Gearbox, the creators of Borderlands. For my predictions, I had absolutely nothing, and what I got was absolutely nothing. They basically spent the entire show talking about like one game and a Borderlands movie. That was absolutely horrifying. I'm putting them on F tier.
Now this is something my speed. Microsoft is a big hitter in this type of shows, and now that Bethesda is also showing up their games in this presentation, it's a double bargain. For my expectations, I had in mind a new Banjo-Kazooie. Shut up, I know it will happen, just let me dream. And maybe something Doom related, I don't know. Alright, I need you to stay with me for a second because I'm about to detail this entire event, more or less, and it's a bit big, so... New exclusive called Starfield, looks fun, 2022. Soccer 2, didn't know what was happening, 2022. Back 4 Blood on Game Pass in October. Jack Sparrow and Sea of Thieves, okay. A lot of Yakuza games coming to Game Pass, that's good for them. New Battlefield released in October, looks fair enough, 12 minutes, that's what the trailer felt like. Psychonauts 2 this August, yay. 30 Bethesda games directly to Game Pass, Fallout 76 DLC, Animal Party looks fun, Hades comes to Xbox, it was only a matter of time. Halo Infinite news, it comes out this year, multiplayer will be free, wait what? Diablo 2 remaster slash remix slash I refuse to search it up, A Plague Tale Requiem, looks fair enough, Far Cry 6 gameplay, Slime Rasher 2 looks fun, Shares looks neat, another new game called Atomic Hearts, okay, Replace looks interesting, Granted DLC, Among Us, Eiyuden Chronicles is an RPG kinda like Octopath Traveler but it looks really fun, getting one title in 2022 and another one in 2023. Age of Empires was there, the Outer Worlds 2, Microsoft's Flight Simulator, Forza Horizon 5, some other games coming to Game Pass, and a trailer for a new IP called Redfall. Looks fun enough.
Overall, I'll argue that Microsoft had both quality and quantity, but also really just a lot of quantity. That was 30 announcements. And overall, if we also count the games that Bethesda showed for Game Pass, that was like 60 games announced overall. Overall, I think I'll give Microsoft a B. I'll almost give them an A. But actually, you know what? They did show a mini fridge. But you know what? We give Microsoft an A. So let's take a break between all of the conferences and let's talk about how absolutely horrible Bandai Namco was. Actually, let's not talk about that. I am refusing to officially acknowledge Bandai Namco as nothing more than horrible. I'm exiling it to the Shadow Realm.
I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm. No! Much better.
And after that, we are actually going to continue with the presentation. So next up was Square Enix and Capcom. So let's see how Square Enix did
The main thing that most people took from the presentation was the Guardians of the Galaxy game that Square is making. And honestly, it looks fun. I may give it a try. They did spend an ungodly amount of time on it though. They showed a little trailer for Legend of Mana, DLC for Marvel's Avengers, this new game Hitman Snipers The Shadows. Hold it!
So next up in the lineup, we have the infamous mobile games, where Square Enix did a very bold move. Not only did they announce one mobile game, they announced two of them! And both of them could have been on consoles!
Nier Automata players, do you like being weaves out in public? Well, you are in luck, as we are making a mobile game that will fry your phone in an instant. Same thing goes to Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier. First, I feel like Square needs to milk other Final Fantasy games. Second, just don't do it in mobile, that's horrible. They also showed another spin-off of Final Fantasy exclusive to the PS5, and it looks neat. And that was it. Okay, so why no mention of the Dragon Quest III remake, or Final Fantasy XVI, or anything of value? Guardians of the Galaxy looks fun, but damn it, I wish they told us something about Final Fantasy XVI. This will get a C, just because I like Guardians. Otherwise, pretty meh presentation overall.
Also, yes, it is absolutely my duty to mention that during the Final Fantasy spin-off trailer, that guy that was supposed to be the main protagonist not only looked extremely generic, but was also obsessed with chaos. Every moment he could, he was screaming about chaos, killing chaos, sleeping with chaos, and taking chaos for a walk. That was a lot of chaos, and my god, if Square Enix was not just a really standard C tier, then I don't know what it was. So for Capcom, my expectations, or at least my wishes, were a new Marvel vs. Capcom and a new Mega Man game. Where do I begin? So, the final presentation was up. All of my hopes and dreams were saved up for this one presentation. My final predictions were Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 info, a Zelda collection, a new Smash Fighter, a new Donkey Kong game, something Metroid related, and finally for Nintendo to start caring about the online. I mean, I was technically semi-half correct, kinda.
The direct starts with Kazuya from Tekken being reviewed for Smash, which was surprising to be honest. I was expecting Heihachi if anything, but hey, he looks fun, I like it, good for them. Life is Strange was here, okay. Guardians of the Galaxy is coming to the Switch as a cloud version, okay. They announced a Super Monkey Ball Collection remaster. It looks really fun. And a new Mario Party on top of that is basically a top 100, but actually what the top 100 should have been in the first place. And immediately after that we got... Yeah! Oh my god, they're actually doing a new Metroid, and it's Metroid Dread, that one Metroid game for the DS that was allegedly cancelled eons ago, and was actually brought back, and it looks so good. It has the SAX mechanic, but throughout the whole game, it comes out in October with a special edition. I have to get that.
God damn it, the scalpers win once again.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot plus the DLC are coming to Switch, I'm looking forward to that. Another Mario Golf trailer looks like a fun game. Monster Hunter Stories 2 was talked about for a bit, didn't care about it though. A new WarioWare called WarioWare Get It Together releases this September and it looks really good. They show footage of Shin Megami Tensei 5 and it looks fun. Danganronpa Trilogy is going to Switch, Fatal Frame 5 is coming to the Switch, that's neat. They talk about Mario & Rabbids 2, fair enough. Advance Wars 1 and 2 are getting remakes / remasters, that's honestly pretty cool. I've heard multiple times about this series and I'm glad for the fans of the series itself. After this we go on a Zelda segment where they talk about Age of Calamity DLC, which looks nice, Skyward Sword HD, a Game & Watch themed with Zelda 1, 2, and the Game Boy version of Link's Awakening. I may get into that. And finally, they show gameplay of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. It looks gorgeous, and I love it, and it comes out most likely on 2022. Damn it. Out of all presentations, I feel like Nintendo was the best, and I'll give it an A.
So overall, that was E3 2021. What a disappointment!
Only 2 of the shows, Microsoft and Nintendo, were worth anything at all, and the rest of them had nothing to show for games, and it's pretty obvious. Most of the shows spend way too much time on just one game, and it feels like the pacing is slow, and clearly, these companies were not ready to show much at E3, and at that point I feel like it's better to just not participate. If you ask me, E3 2019 was a better year overall, since even though both Nintendo and Microsoft were doing really well this year, they did just about as well as last year, 2019, and had the other companies show some stuff, even if it wasn't that much. You can tell that 2022 is where it's at, as most of the games were announced and were given until 2022 to come out, and dear God, I hope 2022 doesn't disappoint with its E3.
Okay, so overall E3 was pretty bad, but E3 was 700 times better thanks to the Xbox mini fridge. 0 times 700 is still 0, so...